of incredible guests. I have Joe White, who is a successful Vistage chair working with forward-thinking leaders. I've got Eric Langley, who is an AI consultant and expert advising businesses across the country. We got together for an eye-opening discussion on how businesses can use AI, where this technology is going. You're going to love it. Let's go jump in. Hi everybody, this is Paul Hitchcock. Welcome to Giant TV. I'm the founder and president of Giant Jaxx Media. Really excited for my guests here today, Joe White, Eric Langley. Joe is a Vistage chair building a great group there. We're going to hear about that in a second. And Eric is a fractional innovation officer, has his thumb on the pulse of AI, advising businesses across the country and a lot of great things. So we're going to hear from Eric on AI and what's going on there. But Joe, let's start with you and jump in. And tell us a bit about what you're building there and sort of the diversity and uniqueness of your group.
Yeah, Paul, it's been fun. I have a great CE group. I have a really strong core group. I call my cornerstone people who've been with me from the beginning. They've built businesses from the ground up, and just really proud of them for what they've done. They all grew last year within our group. Every single business revenue grew. Every single one of them helps each other. They're meeting off time now as well to help each other and support each other. And we call it a team. We don't call it a group,
right?
Because a team is people who care about each other, support each other, and really invested in helping each other do well and to be the leader in their industry. And we got a good group of people that are doing that right now.
Yeah, no, and you mentioned the team thing, Joe. Obviously, you and I have talked a lot. You're a coach. You coached, for many years, and you and I both coached. There's a lot of great things to take away from team coaching. So you're getting together every month with your group, and that's an awesome scenario. Everyone's coming to the table, opening up, your processing issues. Tell me a little bit about what goes on there.
Yeah, I actually have two teams now. I have a trusted advisor team and a CE team.
Nice.
Now. And our sessions, when we go through the issues that people might be having, I call it issues and problems, obstacles and opportunities that might be there that they're looking at. Just very powerful way we do it. It's a very systematic approach. We don't just throw it out in the middle of the table and say, what do you guys think? We go through a lot of clarifying questions and really dig deep down to see what the true issue or the problem is. And it's really a rewarding experience for me as the chair to watch these people work with each other and support each other, and watch the person who has the issue. When we get to the suggestion part, when they're writing a page full of notes on the suggestions and so forth, and they feel so much better coming out of that than they did going into it, because now they have some ideas and some different perspectives on things. It's just a really rewarding experience.
And who are you adding to the group there? Who are you looking for industry wise?
Oh, we're looking for somebody in the law industry, accounting industry, manufacturing industry. We could use someone in the insurance industry, but those are kind of the ones we're looking at now. But we have a strong group, and we're just trying to add more value to the group, to the team.
Love it. And I know, getting over to Eric here, you're doing a lot with businesses across the country. Obviously, you're speaking around Vistage, and we want to hear about AI, Eric, and what you're doing. What do we need to know?
Gosh, there's so much going on right now with AI, and like Joe mentioned, the getting feedback from different people in business is a really great way to learn that. Now, everybody's got their unique setup, but there's a lot of commonalities that can go from one industry even to another that can leverage AI and innovation in general. I mean, AI really is just another step in the evolution of what we've been able to accomplish as people over the last, 100 or so years since the Industrial Revolution. So it's fascinating.
And what are you finding, Eric, when you're out there talking to businesses? Are you finding that they're trying to figure out how to even get started and get into it? And then how do you approach it with someone that's just at the forefront of it?
Yeah, a lot of times, there's a little bit of overwhelm going on, and I feel it too. And I'm in the industry, and I'm
Yeah.
researching AI every day and coming up with solutions. So I completely understand. We're an executive that has 8 million other things to do, and now AI is like another big thing on the plate. So yeah, we start off, as simple as we can, but we do take a strategic look. So a lot of my time is spent looking out into the future, what is going to happen a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, and planning for that. A lot
Yeah.
of planning goes on.
Are you asking when you go in with businesses, just a first step is take a look at their processes and start thinking about what could you automate? And it's not about replacing people too. Comment on that because that seems to be scary.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the big thing with AI these days, the key word is augmentation. So you have people that are doing their jobs, and a lot of their work is necessarily, or a significant amount of it at least, is rote or mundane tasks that you just have to do on a regular basis. If you can offload that from people and allow them to focus on the pinnacle of what they're the best at, that really is a huge advantage. I mean, you're going from meaningless to work to work of meaning, and that's a big deal. That's a big impact from AI in
Yeah,
automation in general.
yeah, no, well said. And then is there sort of just a very brief kind of case study or example? I know you've given it before here of how a company has used AI.
Sure, absolutely. I mean, if you think about Chat GPT, which is what it does, is it allows you to have a conversation with, some intelligent capabilities in research and learning. And one of the things that really has come along in AI these days is the ability for those conversations to take place on an outgoing basis. So between a prospect and a business, you can actually have that AI conversation taking place and like booking meetings or generating interest in things. It's really amazing what is capable now.
Seems like the low-hanging fruit is kind of sales and marketing, messaging, right? I mean, that's sort of one that a lot of people think about. And I know there's other kind of more sophisticated things AI seems to be doing today, but and you see across industries, manufacturing, Joe's working for manufacturers, you see applications there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you've got, of course, the conversational piece is a big piece, and
Yeah.
then the core part of AI is really machine learning, and it's just like a child learning what an apple and an orange and a banana is. The machine does the same thing, but the machine, once it learns an apple, an orange, and a banana, it can go identify those things very quickly. Like in a manufacturing environment, one of the case studies is a company had a glass sheet that was running along a line, and it would fail at some point. They didn't know why, but it would just fail. Well, they let the machine learning look at it for about a few months, and it was able to figure out within about 40 or 50 seconds of when that was going to fail, and they could shut the line down. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
amazing.
just incredible.
Amazing. Yeah, I'm as a matter of fact, in my own case, I'm training my own bot right now on very specific use. I'm gonna put it up on one of the landing sites we use, but because we just get a million questions coming in, it's taking up the time of workers, and it's insane how efficient it is to train these bots today with
Yeah.
website links and content. And I'm loading up, and they're ready to go. And I was thinking even Joe, like for Vistage shares of bots that you can have for issues that maybe are being processed, at with your practice. And these are not expensive bots, right, Eric? I mean, these are things
Yeah.
that,
Yeah, these are not expensive, and
yeah,
they're there 24/7. When you go home for dinner, the bot is still answering questions and booking meetings, and that's incredible.
yeah. I feel like I'm still answering questions when I go home for dinner too, Eric. How do I stop that? Joe, any thoughts on AI and how, like, is it coming up with your groups at all? Or you any
Yeah,
feedback for that?
yeah, it comes up. It for our group, it's more for our team. It's more kind of in the learning stages of it. To be honest with you, there's some people that are like me who are old and trying to figure this whole thing out. But I've started using Chat GPT a lot and been talking with my team about it, my two teams about it, and um, they're starting to use it a little bit more and more. but to get a full understanding of it would be great. I think that's kind of where people are at with in my two teams, is just need to understand it more and get a better grip on it.
Yeah, well, that's a great point. Leads us into what we're doing here, and around this video, you're going to be able to see that is a strategy session with Eric. Not just on AI, but sort of big category. Eric, great process.
Yeah, I mean, we've got a really good process designed for that, and a lot of what when you go in and talk about AI strategy, it's like, well, where do you want to go? So you've got an objective, you've got a strategy for getting there, and then we're here. Okay, so we figured that out, and now how do we bridge that gap? How do we close the distance between those two places, and how can AI accelerate that? Is really what ends up we talk about a lot.
Yeah, love it. And we could go very deep on this. I think this is a good sort of just, reminder, refresher, teaser for folks about AI. It's here to stay. Amazing things are happening. I mean, every app I use, from the one we're on now to all the others, all have introduced AI recently. And I'm just getting a barrage of emails, test this, do this, pilot program here. It's incredible. So thank you. And I want to tell everybody listening, for sure, connect with Joe and Eric. Their information is around this video wherever you're watching it, and look for that complimentary AI strategy session. We're going to put that up there too. That gets you one-on-one with Joe and Eric on a Zoom. It's great. It's a way for us to, for them to give back some value. So thank you, gentlemen, and we'll stay in touch.
Thank you. I'm really excited to work with Eric. You said something that really hit home with me. It allows people to kind of get rid of the mundane stuff and be able to work in their strength. And I work with in my coaching sessions, I work with my leaders on that all the time, is put your people in the best spots in their strengths and let them go and let them work. And that's kind of what you're talking about, is AI can do that for you. So I think that really hit home with me. So I appreciate you saying that.
Thanks, Joe.
Great. All right. See you next time.
Okay.